Hey, scrappy people. Traci Reed here today, coming at you with a process video for using my brand new Flower Child collection. Today I'm going to be scrapbooking a photo of little me with a sort of a love letter, I guess, to little me. And I have printed out a bunch of stickers and digital embellishments from the Flower Child collection, as well as a title that I created in Photoshop by stroking the letters, adding a stroke to the letters, and then printing them out as one piece. I have already shown how to do this in previous videos. I will link it below. Super easy hack for making it easier to put your title down. So I'm going to get started by actually cutting apart this paper. I want to have this sunburst or color burst just like it is, except I want to make everything a little bit smaller so there's white lines in between each one of these stripes, and I want to roughen up the edges. That will just give it some texture to make the layout a little bit more interesting, have a little bit more depth. Plus I'm really into texture lately. I really am finding a lot of joy in tearing and cutting and all of that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and cut apart every single stripe, and then I will cut each stripe just slightly smaller, not much. Actually, I might try to roughen up the edges first and see if I even need to cut everything a little bit smaller, or if just roughening up the edges will give me enough white space in between. But first I need to cut out all of these stripes, make sure they stay in order so I don't get confused later on down the line. I could move everything farther apart since I do have like a ½ an inch all the way around, or no, a ½ of an inch all the way around of white space. But first let's start here. I love how this paper has a little bit of a bokeh texture in it. You can see the circles. Super fun. I love the textures on the papers in this collection. It's not quite super distressed or vintage or anything like that. It's just like fun textures that you wouldn't quite expect. Just a little interest. All right, let's fast forward this part because me cutting out stripes is not that interesting. Okay, so now I've got them all cut out. Let's see what happens if I just move them a little closer to the edge. I don't know that that will work, because if I move it down, then it kind of gets off, like not aligned here. See how they don't line up? So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that ½ of an inch all the way around. And let's just stress a couple and see how that works for adding white space. And if it doesn't work, then I will go ahead and trim. But distressing printed cardstock like this, stuff that you print at home, really adds a lot of white around the edges anyway, because you're, scratching off the ink. So it might just work without having to trim it. I definitely think that that's enough. I don't need to add more space between the two. I actually really like the way that the rough edges work together. So I'm gonna go ahead and distress all the rest of these, and then I will lay them down. Whew, okay, I really like the way that that turned out. So let's put these down, staying about a ½ of an inch away from the edges. I'm gonna have to use liquid glue to get the little tips down. but I also am not doing the edges because I want to pull up the edges a little bit. So cute. I love this starburst or sunburst paper, but this distressing adds so much to the page already. So I did get a little off center here, and rather than worry about it too much, I'm just gonna trim off the little like 1/8 of an inch that it's off centered. It's not gonna really make a difference in the size of the paper, which is already a little bit over 12 inches anyway. No biggie. It's still a little off center, but nobody will notice except you, because I pointed it out. Okay, so now I'm just going to take up the edges a little bit. Actually, I don't think I like that better. I think I like it just the way it is. Get off any excess and stick down the tips with some liquid glue. And then we are ready to roll on this layout. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, so my photo is gonna go up here. And let's pull all this out so we can see. I know that I want this to be back here. Oh, and this too. I think this will be underneath. Yes. Okay. I know that I designed my page or thought about it in advance for this to be here. And then I also want this here. Oh, so cute already. Let's start layering. let's add some sequins. Look at these sun-kissed ones that Spiegel Mom Scraps designed for me to go with one of my classes last year. Oh, or this one from Spiegel Mom Scraps. They both match so well. Okay, I think I definitely want the little flower sequins. Oh my god, those are so cute. Okay, I definitely want the little flower sequins. Let's just pull a bunch out of this mix. I have yellow in this mix, but it's not quite the right yellow. Actually, I don't think I have quite the right yellow, but this orange from, I think it was called Berry Cobbler, actually might work really well. And I'm just going to, I don't know, I think it needs like a almost like a burst this way rather than my normal clustering. Let's see. So I said I didn't quite like this, so I think I'm just going to cluster it around this part specifically, sticking with the colors though. Okay, I think that's adorable. Clusters. Yeah, so I'm gonna glue all these down now. Okay, I love this so much. Let's talk about healing your inner child a little bit. So cute. All right, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this process video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. There is a link to the Flower Child collection in the description box below if you're interested in picking it up. And I will see you next time. Thank you.